Major funding for Telehell is provided by Dave's Archives. At Dave's Archives, he personally transfers, archives, and preserves classic commercials from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s and shares them with you. Don't forget about his Friday night live stream on, well, guess when? Go to davesarchives.com. By NX3, from the makers of RetroCirc, home to retro commercials and YTP mashups every week. Watch now on YouTube at RetroCirc NX3, all one word, and, as always, spelled with a Q. By Kier's Nostalgia Corner, a collection of commercial compilations, retro nostalgic things, and other random things that come to mind. Look for her on YouTube at KIERS Nostalgia Corner, and don't forget to check out her live streams early in the week. By Kev the Ripper on YouTube, home to some of the most obscure TV shows you may or may not have heard of, all with original commercials and all not seen since their original air dates. It's Kev the Ripper at KEVRIPZ. And by the very generous benefactors who grace us on our Patreon at patreon.com/telehellpodcast, including Rhonda Farrell, Brian Hennigar, Rick Kalacki Jr., Chris Michaud, Meredith Morrissey, Rabbite, Spare Parts, and Neil Weinstein. Thank you.
Hits of primetime purgatory to the crypts of cancelled pilots and the darkest corner of the Nielsen ratings. Welcome to TELEHELL-O-WEEN.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that every Halloween, somebody somewhere tries to adapt the legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Ichabod Crane. Ichabod.
From the classic Disney cartoon to Tim Burton's blood-soaked fever dream, Washington Irving's tale has been resurrected more times than Dracula at a blood bank. And why not? After all, the story itself not only stands the test of time, but, narrowly missing Mary Shelley's Frankenstein by a release date of 2 years, the tale can still be legitimately claimed as one of, if not the very first, modern-day ghost stories. One that, at its core, is a simple story. A short story. A story that doesn't waste any time in spite of how much of a slow burn setup there is to the inevitable thrilling climax. And not unlike Mary Shelley, there have been several dozen versions of Washington Irving's tale adapted through multiple media venues over 2 centuries. A handful of movies.
How much have your superiors explained to you?
Only that the 3 were slain in open ground, their heads severed.
A couple of random novelty songs. Plus various stage shows, graphic novels, and even an amusement park ride at the Holiday World theme park in the town of Santa Claus, Indiana.
My ears are jingling.
Again, Santa, we're wrapping things up in November. It's okay.
Just checking, thanks.
Anyway, the story itself stands the test of time because the story itself is a timeless one. Who wouldn't freak out over getting chased at high speeds by an anonymous creature? Hell, when I was still alive, I used to freak out over assholes who would tailgate me with their high beams at night. Until I realized those high beams belonged to a local state trooper and he was tagging me for speeding. Still though, the timelessness of Sleepy Hollow makes it one of those tales that will continue to give chills even centuries from now. Except for one time, when instead of it being a timeless tale, it turned out to be in a class by itself.
Has anyone in here actually ever seen a ghost?
The local school teacher doesn't believe in ghosts until...
It was a headless horseman. Did you see him?
A world premiere Halloween, Friday on NBC.
And now, this is Telehell.
Our story doesn't actually begin with Washington Irving. His contribution to the tale has long been told. This story actually begins with a tale of a production company known as Chic Sun Films. Sun spelt with two N's for ironically hilarious reasons that I want you all to look up when you have the time. But for now, since there's an official website, let me just say what they say about their own history. Sun Classic Pictures Incorporated was founded in 1971 in Park City, Utah as a motion picture production and distribution company. Raylan Jensen founded the company with the help of the Chic Racer Company. Sun Classic Pictures Incorporated specialized in family entertainment, as evidenced by its 1974 film, The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams, starring Dan Haggerty, which led to 3 sequels and an NBC television series. One of Sun Classic Picture Incorporated's most popular feature films was Cujo, released in 1983.
Can he get us in here? Can he eat his way in here? Can he?
Sun Classic Pictures Incorporated also produced documentaries, some of which were notable in their time. These include The Outer Space Connection, In Search of Noah's Ark, The Lincoln Conspiracy, and In Search of Historic Jesus. One of Sun's most iconic documentaries was the 1976 production of Bigfoot, the Mysterious Monster. The famous photo of Bigfoot in the wild, an image republished millions of times now, came from this movie. Sun Classic Pictures Incorporated veterans have shared the inside joke that a basketball player was wearing the costume and was photographed at just the right angle to avoid seeing the zipper.
Hold it, Bob. We can see your wristwatch. Oh, damn it.
The rest of their story is that they still somehow remain in business today and still live off the residuals of the Grizzly Adams TV series thanks to being acquired by Paramount Skydance. But that's what's happening in the present. This part of the story takes place in 1980, where one of Sun's divisions, known as Classics Illustrated, specialized in low-budget but family-friendly TV movie adaptations of known stories in literature. And, much to their credit, they did the best they could in adapting those stories into 2-hour TV movies, even if it meant having to add a thing or two to the stories to help pad out the running time. But we don't blame them, because, as we've discussed in the past, just about every book-to-movie adaptation is going to take a creative liberty or two just to hit the time post. In 1980, NBC, which by then was experiencing its own horror story, commissioned Classics Illustrated to put on something that they were hoping would become a new Halloween tradition thanks to traditional storytelling. And so, the hunt was on to find those who were willing to slip into colonial clothing and reenact what life was like in the Westchester area of New York in the 1820s. As far as our main characters go, there was Ichabod Crane, who, in the original work and in most adaptations, is a tall, lanky individual. He is the local schoolmaster and eventually believes in all things supernatural, up to and including the legend of the Headless Horseman. After a nationwide search to seek out somebody who fit the description, the role was given to someone whose career was just starting to take shape. And I'm not ashamed to admit, is probably one of my favorite weirdos in all of showbiz.
Hello, my name is Jeff Goldblum, Goldblum. And I'm reading from some of the first name. Oh, yes, first name, I did it. First name, last name.
Jeffrey Lynn Goldblum. Yes, that's his full name, was actually right on the cusp of being a star when Chic Sun came calling. From his very first on-screen role as Freak Number 1 in the first Death Wish movie, to Tricycle Man in Robert Altman's Nashville, to a brief scene on a telephone in Annie Hall, Goldblum would actually get his biggest break in January of 1980 when he played opposite Ben Vereen in the short-lived detective series 10-Speed and Brown Shoe.
Mr. Lionel Whitney talks about Mr. 10-Speed Turner.
Boom, 10-Speed Turner. He's kind of a hard guy to describe. He's sort of all things to all people.
Oh, the Lord blessed us this year.
As a matter of fact, I'm never sure exactly who he is to me, but he's exciting and he's my friend, and I'm glad.
They'll make adventure fun again.
I think.
10-Speed and Brown Shoe.
I'm 10-Speed. He's Brown Shoe.
Between that and a few other bit parts elsewhere, as well as how tall and lanky he appeared, physically, Goldblum was the perfect choice to play Ichabod Crane. Perfect, that is, until he opened his mouth and starts Goldbluming. Oh, you know what I mean by Goldbluming. Admit it.
Chaotician. Oh, don't. And you've heard it, right?
Surely in the wilds.
And how do you know they can't?
You're selling it. You want to sell it.
Yeah.
Far be it from us to criticize a person's flaws, but considering the era where and when this story was going to take place, at the very least, they could have considered someone who could rock a northeastern or transatlantic accent instead of somebody who adds an to his conversation the way the kids on the TV show Zoom practice ubby-dubby speak.
Do you remember when I taught you ubby-dubby?
A bab's a bowl, a boot, labita, bida, boo.
And just to be clear, no, this does not discount Goldblum as a durable actor. I'm sure he'll do just fine in the role. It just seems a little odd at first glance. Nevertheless, this version of Ichabod would be joined by longtime acting pro Meg Foster as Ichabod's love interest, Katrina Van Tassel. Foster having done her fair share of guest roles on TV, in movies, and especially TV movies. Performances amplified by the brightest blue eyes that anyone has ever seen on film. But I digress. And then you have the story's main villain other than the Headless Horseman, Brom Bones, who's basically there to strike some fear into our hero thanks to the tale of said Headless Horseman. Someone gruff, tough, and could easily pass as a linebacker for the Chicago Bears. He would be played by a former linebacker for the Chicago Bears and a man with the greatest name of all time since Dak Rambo. I give you...
Dick Butkus.
Most people think I'm a real monster, but actually I'm quite sensitive. That's why I drink light beer from Miller.
Okay, Mr. Sensitive, you're up.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Flanked by a platoon of additional character actors and filming on location from Schick Sun's headquarters in Park City, Utah, one of the most suspenseful tales in literature was about to come to life. October 31st, Halloween, 1980. Jimmy Carter realizes he doesn't have a snowball's chance down here against Ronald Reagan. The Grateful Dead performed to a closed-circuit TV crowd at Radio City Music Hall. And at 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central, NBC had hoped this story would become their new Great Pumpkin. As we open on the snow-covered plains of Park City, Utah, disguised as an area just about an hour away from New York City, where a gangly figure comes into town to get a lay of the land, only to get a welcome from dogs who think they've spotted the biggest milk bone that they've ever seen.
Dog's spotted something out. Looks like a scarecrow with a scarf.
Thanks for the observation.
Dick Butkus.
Fortunately, the dogs are shooed away so that Seth Brundle's ancestor can formally introduce himself.
My name's Crane, gentlemen, Ichabod Crane. Could you assist me in some way here?
What's a Ichabod Crane?
Well, a crane is a bird with skinny legs and a long beak.
Well, what we got here is a scared crane, not a scared crow like we first thought.
That's a good one, Brom! Scared crane, scared crow, that's a good one.
That's a joke, boy. You missed it. Went right past you. You gotta keep on your toes.
I'm the new schoolmaster. Would you be so kind as...
That's so? Well, I'm Brom Bones. Half horse, half bear, and 2/3 wildcat.
Well, I get half bear because of the team that he played for, but half horse would imply that you played for the Colts, and 2/3 wildcat would also imply that you went to school either at Kentucky, Arizona, Kansas State, or Northwestern, but who would care since all of what you said goes well beyond 100%?
That's impossible. No one can give more than 100%. By definition, that is the most anyone can give.
Anyway, protagonist meets antagonist. Antagonist makes vague threat instead of making a simple hello.
There's only two kinds of folks that just naturally makes me want to pinch their heads off. Connecticut Yankees and skinny, pinch-faced schoolmasters. Ain't that right, Fred?
Right. And them's his kind regards. As a matter of fact, stranger, school teachers don't last long around here. They just have a way of disappearing.
They just vanish in the night.
Plot twist, both of those men will become founding members of the U.S. Department of Education.
Insert political validation here.
So, after that much of a rough introduction, Ichabod gets to know the rest of the town and its people.
I've never been in this part of New York. I'm from Connecticut, you know.
Well, why'd you leave?
Adventure, sir.
Now you come to the wrong place. Sleepy Hollow's about as exciting as fried mush.
Well, bakers can't be choosers, Mr. Vanderhoof.
You ain't never been married? No way, shape, or form?
No, sir. I've never found just the right circumstances.
You wouldn't be so skinny if you was married and fed up proper.
I'm sure that's true.
You're darn right. And don't know what fed up means. Till he's been proper married.
I'm sure it made more sense in colonial times, but wow, is that a slap to the face to gender and body norms? With that kind of logic, I should either be about as skinny as a toothpick or divorced 8 times by now. And I'll leave it to you to figure out which part of that makes any sense. As Ichabod deals with his unofficial first task as school teacher, trying to get someone's hat off an icy roof, we then get to meet the town's object of desire, Katrina Van Tassel, who becomes the victim of an accident-prone meet-cute.
Once you have met that little coquette, Katrina, you won't forget Katrina.
I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me, Miss,
Van Tassel.
Oh, then you must be the wife of Squire Van Tassel.
He is my father, and can fire you, sir.
But Katrina will kiss and run till her romance is fun, with always another one to start.
I'm sure they're gonna get along just fine, as Goldblum Crane teaches his first lesson to the school children.
So your first assignment will be to read pages 1 through 20. Now, my job is to help with your education, but you have to help, too, by doing your homework. And if you don't do that, the only one that gets penalized is you.
And right there should have been the telltale sign that Jeff Goldblum playing Ichabod Crane is only a good idea on paper. On a physicality standpoint, he's perfect. The right combination of tall, lanky, and gangly, and all the other superlatives that Washington Irving used to describe him. Vocally, however, no matter how young he is in this, he's still Jeff Goldblum. And he doesn't even try to do a colonial accent. I know it's one hair of a nit to pick, but I know it's going to be distracting. Not unlike the schoolhouse's mascot owl.
Who said that?
It's our owl, sir. Chief Running Buffalo.
What's his name?
The ghost of Chief Running Buffalo, sir.
The ghost? You don't believe in that kind of stuff, do you?
Well, the schoolhouse is built on an old Indian cemetery. Grandpa says it's been haunted for years by spirits from the past.
Has anyone in here actually ever seen a ghost? Put up your hands. Ted.
I've seen the Headless Horseman. You're lying, Ted Dumpke. Well, I almost seen him.
I almost saw him. Fellas, please.
So, while you're asking yourself why an owl is named after 3 completely different things, Ichabod has a complaint or two regarding the telling of tall tales, myths, and legends.
Mr. Vanderhoof, I'm going to have to insist that you tell the children that your stories are nothing but fairy tales.
Hold on, Mr. Smart, unmarried schoolmaster.
Okay, what is it with this guy against smart, skinny, and single people? Was it a custom at the time? Was he all of those things as a child and people made fun of him so much that he vowed to start eating pie? I've never heard of skinny shaming a day in my life. This guy's a pioneer. But go on.
In a more practical matter, Mr. Vanderhoof, is there anything you can do about this awful smell of garlic here?
It's from the devil's bag.
Oh.
Over the door there. Wards off evil spirits. More in there than garlic. Our Algonquin medicine man gave me the recipe.
I abhor superstition, sir.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to rid my living quarters of this vile stench.
No, you can't do that.
The vile stench is what covers up the odor coming from the outhouse. That's far worse than that. Act 2 picks up after the bag of evil spirit repellent blows up in Dr. Ian Malcolm's face, along with his boss giving the 1820s equivalent of an I told you so.
That was a fool thing to do. Now you ain't got no protection against them at all.
Mr. Vanderhoof, I wish to share your friendship without your eccentricity.
I'll be coming to take you to supper in a couple hours.
Great.
And wait till you taste Thelma's sausage pie.
See? What did I tell you? He's got a thing for pie. Though the notion of a sausage pie might make more sense with either a thin crust, classic hand-tossed, or ultimate deep dish. All the while, Goldblum inquires warily about the young maiden who gave him a slap earlier in the morrow. I think I'm using that terminology correctly.
Woman takes to a man's kind of troubles much easier than loneliness.
Oh, I don't know that that's true for all women. Katrina Van Tassel, for instance, doesn't seem to be particularly lonely.
Remember that big fella you met this morning?
Brom Bones.
He figures Katrina's his girl. If he catches you looking sideways at her, he's just naturally gonna tie knots in all your arms and legs. Or worse.
Well, if anybody can turn anyone into a human pretzel, it's
Dick Buttkiss.
As evident by Goldblum's predecessors.
What happened to my predecessor, Winthrop Palmer?
I told you! Didn't have the grit of a short chicken after Brom Bones stumping. Looked over his shoulder one dark night, saw the headless horseman coming after him, galloped his horse straight away over the Palisades and right down into the Hudson River. Fred Dutcher saw it firsthand. Bad currents in the Hudson hereabouts. Old Palmer never had a chance. If the jump didn't do it, the river did.
We're getting reports of bumper-to-bumper traffic on the Palisades Parkway due to a madman running down the highway shouting, "He's coming after me, the creep is coming after me." Early reports say the madman then jumped into the Hudson River near the exit of the Mario Cuomo Tappan Zee Bridge. Exit is closed pending police investigation. Expect at least 2 hours worth of delays up and down the span. Consider taking mass transit. And this traffic report is brought to you by Headless Horseradish. One taste and your head will blow clean off its neck. Now available in flaming pumpkin flavor. I'm the narrator with total time saver traffic on WDVL Talk Radio 666. With more than enough exposition in place, now comes a daunting task for this TV movie to accomplish. Just exactly how is a short story like this going to be spread out over 90 minutes? Well, if our previous dissections of things like the Little Shop cartoon, the Ferris Bueller sitcom, the Uncle Buck sitcom, the Nick Fury TV movie, Mockingbird Lane, Christmas Comes to Pac-Land, the Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer cartoon, and Malcolm McDowell in Fantasy Island have taught you anything over the years, then you should know damn well that nothing is sacred in the world of creative liberties. For instance, I don't seem to recall there being a part of the original Washington Irving story where Ichabod has dinner with a random old guy and his widowed daughter.
Have another piece of pie.
Oh, so big. Thank you.
And you can call me Thelma.
Okay.
There, you see, I said she'd like you. You're a lucky fellow. My Thelma's a fine figure of a woman.
I would rather prefer to call you the actual ghost in this story because anybody who's well-versed in this tale is probably asking themselves right now, "Who's that lady? Who's that lady?" I'm not joking. This character, named Thelma Dumke, is not, I repeat, not in Washington Irving's story, nor is she in the Disney version, the Tim Burton version, or any other adaptation of the story. She is exclusively a product of this movie. She's pretty much here to be the third wheel in a love triangle, which would make things a square. You try being witty after putting on 3 shows in a row in a week.
Take your clothes off this minute.
I beg your pardon?
For sewing. You wouldn't be coming apart at the seams if you was a married man.
Wait. I'll give you Dumpke's coat. You leave that old rag with me, and I'll mend it as good as new.
The late Mr. Dumpke's coat? I don't know that I can accept her departed husband's clothing.
Take it. Dumpke don't need it. Besides, it's a good sign. Like she's already thinking of you in Dumpke's place, eh?
Yes, because that's what was missing from the Irving story. Crotchety old men who want their widowed daughter to hook up with the tall guy. Which kinda makes me wonder if Irving should have written the tale as a Harlequin romance book. But before that fanfic could be thought of...
I just saw a face in the window.
I don't see anything.
There's nobody out there.
What kind of a face did you see?
A man's face. It was big, heavy, it had a big, white, bushy beard.
My ears are ringing again.
No, Santa, you're not in this one.
Just checking twice. That's kind of one of the things I do.
Anyway, Goldblum has a stalker, it seems. Particularly one with his head. Or, if you believe in such things, a ghost!
White beard?
Yes, wild-eyed look. Mole on the cheek.
Palmer!
Winthrop Palmer? I thought you said he was dead.
He is! I knew something like this would happen if you burned that devil bag.
All that stuff and nonsense about bags and spells and ghosts are nothing but medieval superstition.
I told this fellow that Sleepy Hollow was full of ghosts, but he wouldn't listen. He was just like all the others. And now the schoolmaster Palmer has come back. Like we haven't got enough ghosts already.
So, because Goldblum brought about bad juju, he's promptly given some good juju by our made-up character. What it is she specifically gives him, I don't know, because the copy of the movie that I got from Hell's Gift Shop could use a little remastering. So, for argument's sake, let's just say it's a lucky chafing dish or something.
This is only good for ordinary ghosts. It's not nearly as strong as a devil bag. But I'd feel a lot better if you were carrying it with you tonight.
I want to thank you both for your cordiality and hospitality. Good night, dear lady. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Yeah, you bet. Parting is such sweet sorrow. And if the spooks don't get you, I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm sure that was a part of Shakespeare's first draft, as Ichabod heads for home. But since it's only the first third of the movie, we know it's not the Headless Horseman that chases him, but rather... a guy missing his central nervous system.
That was pointless.
Act 3 begins with the local children on the way to school when suddenly they decide to play Sleepy Hollow, the home game.
Oh, don't let him get me. Sir, run!
What?
He's chasing us. Run! Look, sir, he doesn't have a head. Look! Morning, sir. My mother told me to bring you this great coat to go with your other. Why, you no good little...
And just as Goldblum is feeling the urge to cut down a couple switches, we catch up with...
Dick Butkus.
As he and his friend do their Laurel and Hardy act 1 full century before it was invented.
Come on, Fred. Come on. Fred, you're supposed to pull when I push and push when I pull.
I know, but the trouble is that you push twice as far as I pull, so that means I gotta do twice as much as you just to keep even with you.
Here, drink some tea, Fred, while I spell you.
I'm gonna drink some tea while she spells.
Which brings us to the next creative liberty being taken in this version, our made-up character, Thelma, catching the eye of...
Dick Butkus.
Even though we all know that in the book, he too had eyes for Katrina.
By golly, missus. You handle your end of a misery whip better than most men folks I know.
All a matter of harmony and rhythm. You and me just naturally seem cut out for a double harness, Brown Bones.
Now, Thelma, you gotta stop talking like that. You know I'm fixing to get hitched up with Katrina one of these days.
You've been saying that for years, and there ain't none of us getting any younger. Besides, Katrina Van Tassel wouldn't know how to handle a big old bear of a man like you.
Okay, that line about him being a big old bear, that had to be as intentional as Butkus's Chicago accent sticking out like a sore thumb in the Hudson Valley of New York, where I know from personal experience...
They don't talk that way up there.
Just play the Superfans clip and let's get on with it. And And speaking of third wheels, Buttkiss's buddy tries to mend a busted back.
Why don't you come on inside and I'll give you a good rub with the horse liniment?
No, thank you, Thelma. I'll be fine. Just gotta move around and ease it out.
Wait a minute. I know how to fix this.
It'll be
what
all
you've got
right.
to do is you have to relax your muscles. Remember that? Here, do that one. That always works. Come on. Like that. That's right. Relax the muscles back here.
You gotta be the biggest, dumbest moose in the whole county.
Hey, something I actually agree with in this movie. Which is far more than I could say for the creative liberties I disagree with.
He's sweet on you.
Oh, Papa, that ain't true at all. Fact is, I think he's already taken a fancy to Katrina Van Tassel.
What? Is that...
Scare Crane.
Has that Scare Crane been up to anything with my Katrina? If I see that skinny Yankee anywhere near my girl, I'll scrunch him up and eat him for breakfast.
You eat scrunches for breakfast?
No.
Meanwhile, back at the school, Professor Goldblum teaches us the 19th century version of chaos theory.
Sir Isaac Newton called it gravity. And it is literally the force that keeps us from falling off the face of the earth.
Jan?
Does it work on ghosts?
Yeah, if they're ghosts, they're subject to the force of gravity like everything else. Now watch this.
Let's say a drop of water falls in your hand. Which way is the drop going to roll off? Of which finger or over the thumb or the other side?
Watch how our position changes as the earth turns. See, we're walking upside down sometimes. We don't even know it.
Never repeat and vastly affect the outcome. That's fun.
Unpredictability.
Because the earth revolves so slowly. But, something were to change and the earth started to spin faster, there would be less gravitational pull, and we would fall off the face of the earth.
Oh, no. Get out of here. We could all burn up.
See, here I am now by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos theory.
And as the town's sole source of education is burning, so do the tempers of some of the children. And also...
Dick Butkus.
Thank you, Mr. Bones. Got out of hand really kind of fast for me.
You stay away from my girl, or it's gonna get a lot hotter around here for you than that stove.
Yeah, well, sure, I mean, you all right.
Well, enough of that. Off to church, where it seems as though Katrina is back on his good side now. Granted, they had to get back on track with the original book, but still, a little how and why to the reconciliation in this would have been nice.
I hope to see you tonight at choir practice. See, I think that so much can be expressed through the voice.
I'll be there.
Just right the fuck out of nowhere. They're cool with each other now. I guess having a mountain of snow land on you is more forgivable than we thought, but who cares about jarring transitions and expositional whiplash? It's time for choir practice. And if anybody can teach a choir of colonial housewives how to sing, it's this guy.
I like it.
I know, I'm kidding, but in all seriousness.
And now breathe in and take a big breath. Through your nose. Bang. Just listen. Bang. D. 5. 4. Boo.
Those pops that you're hearing is the sound of my brain cells as they die one by one. And we're still about 33% of the way to the Headless Horseman.
Well, what are they up to?
They seem to be puckering up their lips and making faces at each other.
All of them? Right on the bare open church?
Yeah, just bold as brass. I mean, no shame at all.
I knew that fellow was an odd duck from the first. I should have pounded his head down to his boot tops right off.
If you think he's angry now, just wait till he finds out how he teaches lip control.
Not it's still a That's right.
Uh-oh. They're making kind of
deeply.
Kind of kissy faces at the schoolmaster.
Katrina, too?
Yeah.
Okay, Chrissy, I'll get in the tub with you, then we can get it on.
Yeah, I put that clip in as a joke, but essentially that's what's happening here. A big misunderstanding that's going to lead to even bigger problems. And not necessarily for Ichabod either.
I got me an idea. All right, now suppose I go in there and I start pulling that bell rope.
Oh.
I like that, Fred. Smart. That'll bell will make so much noise it'll bring half a Sleepy Hollow on the run. And no one will suspect it was you and me what did it. Come on.
All the while, colonial-era Gaston and LeFou try to run afoul of 10-speed and/or Brown Shoe using the bells of the church.
Something's wrong. Something seems to be stuck. What are you waiting for? Come on, Fred. This ain't no time to be fooled around. Let's get out of here. Bruh.
Well, here's another nice mess you've gotten me into.
This causes Katrina to reject
Dick Butkus.
and for
Dick Butkus
to kick some butt. Kiss.
I'll get you for this school teacher. You just wait.
Or at least vaguely threaten him with it. But physical violence is going to have to wait because now we must deal with supernatural stuff at the start of Act 4.
I don't believe in ghosts, so stop it right now. Fritz, aren't you a little old to be running around graveyards dressed like an Indian?
Pretty smart, ain't you?
First the Headless Horseman, now this.
Well, maybe I can't get you to believe in ghosts, but you gotta stop telling the children there ain't none.
My duty is to teach the truth.
How can you when you don't know what the truth is?
For its truth like beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Well, you're gonna be a black-eyed beauty if you don't open up yours to what's around you.
So, in spite of his ample book smarts, perhaps Ichabod might actually take tall tales and legends seriously. Later that night, just as he's about to turn in...
Ah, the Headless Hessian. Wait. Oh. Fritz, you crazy old man, you nearly killed me. Suppose tricks of yours are gonna be the death of me.
Hey! You're an hour early. Go back into the woods, stay menacing, and wait your turn.
Though, to be fair, trying to expand a short story to feature length, I don't blame them for having to tease the audience just a little bit. The next day, Katrina ponders to her father as to whether or not it's safe to love someone who's taller than most men she's seen despite the lack of brawn.
Father?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you board the school teacher with everyone else before us?
To give me time to find out if he was peculiar, like Palmer and the others.
Do you think he's peculiar?
You want to know if I like him?
Yes.
Well, I'll have to know him better. What about Brom?
Can't a girl have two suitors?
Yikes. No wonder they wanted to film this in Utah. When in doubt on matters of the heart, why not ask the big bully's closest henchman?
Oh, Fred, can I ask you something?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you must promise not to tell Brom. Being his best friend, you might be tempted.
Oh, no, ma'am, no. No, I wouldn't. It'll be our secret, ma'am.
Is he courting anyone else besides me?
Oh, no, ma'am, no.
Liar! So, naturally, he spills like a toilet, missing its fill valve.
I can't figure out why she asked you that.
Well, maybe she heard that Thelma is stuck on you, and she thinks that you're courting her, too.
Yeah? Maybe I can make Katrina jealous of me. But I'm still gonna put that old scarecrow in this place one of these days.
Yeah, cemetery.
And as we go from love triangle to, I guess, love parallelogram, the future Howard Pigeon confronts Mr. Woodman, supposedly over that Headless Horseman stunt that he pulled last night.
The dangerous thing you did last night. You nearly ran that horse over me.
Horse? Thelma had the mare for choir practice, don't you remember?
Cape was quite effective, and that black horse was a beauty.
When did this happen?
After we left here, maybe half an hour.
Took me that long to walk home and wash off the Indian paint. By golly, you did see it.
I saw something.
You saw it! Admit it! Ichabod Crane, you saw a ghost! A real ghost!
Who are you gonna call? Someone else.
So, I'm not exactly sure what the rationale is in this next scene, but after Fritz tells the townsfolk about Ichabod's exploits, they seem to be torn between letting him run away like the other school teachers before him, Or having him hook up with somebody in an attempt to save his life.
Now, in the first place, they all lived in that old schoolhouse over the Indian graveyard, eh? In the second place, none of them was married. They was all bachelors, like Palmer and Ichabod Crane. Now, you see, bachelors ain't got no tolerance built up like married men has.
Are you trying to say you think that getting Ichabod married will cure the funny business?
Well, why not? How many times have you heard someone say he's crazy from being married? So why not? If he starts that way, maybe a wife could drive him back the other way.
In other words...
Hey, everybody! We're all gonna get laid!
Remember that from the story? The part where a couple of geezers try to get the school teacher laid because that'll help him believe in the supernatural? Hell, with that kind of logic, Mulder and Scully would have several dozen kids in their own reality show on TLC. If this tale were any taller, it would be about as tall as, well, Jeff Goldblum. Because right now I'm having one hair of a time trying to take this adaptation seriously when the source material was perfectly fine to begin with. And hey, let's throw in some more potential Three's Company-esque misunderstandings.
I think old Fritz is up to something. You know he's pretty cagey.
Well, maybe, but it sounded to me, like old Scare Crane really thought he saw the Headless Horseman. Almost scared him to death.
Maybe it will the next time, eh?
I'm sure that won't foreshadow anything important. But then we go from that scene to, I'm gonna be honest, what might pass as the colonial version of Dallas, because I swear this exchange makes me think I'm watching a different show entirely.
You're so jealous of me, you could bust. What's to be jealous of? If I feel anything, I feel pity. Pity? You pity me, in heaven's names. Why would you pity me? Because a person that's selfish and greedy should be pitied. Because a person that already has the best man in the county wrapped around her little finger like a wedding ring shouldn't be making Google eyes at other men.
Oh, you miserable bitch!
Unfortunately, no, this does not happen in the movie. We are adding this completely on purpose because if you watch this scene, you will notice that it is
4 minutes long
and is probably the most boring part of the movie. So I'm doing you a huge favor here. Anyway, back to the exchange.
I don't think that Brom Bones is the best man in the county. As a matter of fact, he's the last man in the county that I would choose to marry.
You don't want to marry a big, strong, handsome, lovable man like Brom Bones?
I think he's a big oaf. He's uncouth, and he's uncultured and unkempt, uninteresting, and underfoot. My feet every time I turn around.
Bite your tongue.
So, if you've quite finished...
I haven't.
Seriously, wouldn't this movie have been so much better if they put in a Dynasty-style catfight? But nope, they gotta stay as close to the source material as they possibly could. I'm sure catfights existed in colonial times, but that wouldn't be family-friendly now, would it?
You don't deserve a man the likes of Brom Bones.
Why, Thelma Dumpke, you're in love with Brom Bones.
Yeah, I have been ever since I first saw him. Only married Dumpke to make him jealous. Now he only has eyes for you.
Oh, poor Thelma.
Okay, it's official. I do not know what I'm watching anymore. I know it's supposed to be an adaptation of Sleepy Hollow, and I see people are dressed in the appropriate attire, but because this is a 2-hour movie, I'm seeing far more than Washington Irving could ever envision. Shit, I need a breather. We'll see if this Halloween folktale turned 70s soap opera / Laurel and Hardy homage, nay, prequel to The Fly, can get back to the goddamned point.
After the break.
Seems like everybody these days is on the internet, right? But no, 20% and fewer, I think, are on the internet. Where is everybody else? I think maybe you're afraid, like, are you a computer person? No, I'm not. I don't like that would be like changing my sex or my political affiliation. That's a whole new, I'm not that person. Well, there's a computer. It makes it so easy. You're up and running in 10 minutes, and you're still yourself. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to talk in that language. You have a computer, but you're not a computer person. Relax.
This week on Telehell's premium content of The Damned.
Trick or treat.
The only way to listen to Telehell's premium content of The Damned is by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Telehell podcast. For just a few bucks a month, you can listen to our premium content and get some swag along the way. Once again, that's patreon.com/Telehell podcast. And now, back to this week's torture.
Okay, now that I've had a moment to breathe, Act 5 starts off with the wonderful Ichabod Oz starting a new school day with a student who looks like he's about to start his first day of 57th grade.
Who are you?
I, sir, am the late and apparently unlamented Winthrop Palmer.
Winthrop Palmer? You're not dead?
And not alive. I am both.
And neither! Tremble! Quake, you blissful idiot!
Wait. I think I know this riddle. What's dead, alive, both, and neither?
Zombie!
But seriously...
I have returned to avenge myself upon Brom Bones for his treatment of me. And then I shall exorcise the Headless Horseman, casting both into the eternal pit of perdition. Vengeance! I will have vengeance!
So, homeless guy?
A tired and ill-treated disseminator of learning amongst the barbarous and the ignorant. Why have you come to this place?
I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to do at the time.
They are all bewitched, these denizens of Sleepy Hollow. Sprites, elves, fairies, and pukas, all of them.
Homeless guy on methamphetamines?
Don't you know they're all believers in ghosts, specters, spooks, and the crawling, clawing hideosities that fly about at night?
Yeah, pretty silly, isn't it? It's plain that you don't believe in such things.
As plain as the nose on your face.
Homeless guy on methamphetamines, but also on lithium?
The Hessian fellow that lost his head in the Battle of Yonkers.
Yes, the accursed Headless Horseman. But I will have my revenge on him. And upon that lout, that lump of clay, that bellowing, bragging, bumptious bumpkin, Brom Bones! They ruined my career, you know.
How did they do that?
They killed me, you fool! But I shall have mine back. And you shall help me, yes?
Yes?
Yes, without the oops. Yes, that way.
I am so confused right now. This is supposed to be the story of Sleepy Hollow, right? Not a melting pot of 39 genres and plot twists in the hopes of adding a new spin to an old recipe. If they stuck to the story, maybe this would have been over in an hour instead of 2. Shit, the Disney version managed to tell the story in 32 minutes, and they included musical numbers.
Ichabod Crane.
This feels like I'm watching a ransom letter being made out of several dozen unproduced scripts for ABC's Movie of the Week. And yet, somehow, through all kinds of illogical circumstances, it all still ties together with the root story. So, fine. A living ghost teams up with Ichabod Crane to try and stop the Headless Horseman and Brom Bones. And at this point, who gives a flying headless fuck? Though, in the most infinitesimal amount of credit I will give this movie, This one dialogue exchange did give me a courtesy laugh.
Tell no one you saw me. No one. This will be our little secret. Our little secret. I shall let you know when I need your help.
Let me know anything, yes, as long as it's not illegal, immoral, or contrary to the grade school teacher's code.
So, after Goldblum gets ready for bed and a chair moves independently on its own towards him, the movie's on YouTube commercial free. Look for it at the 54-minute point. I have zero time to question it. Goldblum tries his best to speak for the audience.
I had to tell somebody I trusted, but for heaven's sakes, don't mention a word of this to anybody. They might think I was
loony. Yeah, don't want nobody thinking you're losing your buttons like Palmer and them others.
Actually, the more I think about it, I think I just had a nightmare, that's all.
No, you didn't have any nightmare. You had a real first-class visitation. Nothing serious, though. Just noisy ghosts.
Oh, that explains the moving chairs.
TV people.
But still, the whole experience is turning Ichabod into more of a believer than ever. But not just quite yet. There's still at least 1 ounce of rationality ticking away up there.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Didn't you say that Palmer was always a little odd even before Brombone started to badger him? I think that Mr. Winthrop Palmer is your famous headless horseman, right down to the cape and the saber.
First things we do first, Ichabod. Thelma is making you some new devil bags to hang up. All the windows and the doors you hang with them, and the spooks won't bother you so much.
No, the first thing that you do is either open up a pharmacy so you can get your hands on heavy-duty prescription meds, or invent the electroshock therapy machine. Either way, you can't lose.
I don't think I'm going a little funny in the loft. I saw what I saw. You saw it too, didn't you? Oh, Palmer, that's who... Never mind.
But enough about mental stability. Act 6 starts with a fresh supply of devil bags. Gee, I wonder why we never put a patent on those. As he tries to ward off the evil spirits, a random passerby passes by to give Goldblum a random book. But just as the passerby leaves, he is frozen in fear over a sight that's becoming all too real.
Squire, if I told you who I thought I saw, you might think I'd seen a ghost.
Tell me what you saw, and I'll tell you what I think.
'Twas the headless horseman. He tried to cut my head off with his big saber.
I think what Carl saw, what I saw, was Winthrop Palmer.
Oh.
I talked with Palmer last night, Squire, as close as I am to you.
Palmer is dead.
We have a man here in shock. There's a warning for me in the blackboard. Chief Running Buffalo's been turned to wood.
Who?
The owl.
Sorry, I had to break the tension. Please, continue.
Carl saw the mess at the school. He could tell you what it looks like.
The headless horseman tried to do me in, he did. There he is. He's come back for me.
It's only the moon.
Oh, come on! One scary story at a time.
Though not as scary as shamelessly ripping off buddy-style slapstick.
Well, first part of the scheme's working good. We better get out of here before the squire sees us.
Yeah. I'll go back and straighten up the school. You go get the owl. Yeah.
All the while, Katrina tries to wave a little sense into the man who would be Zeus.
I just wanted to tell you that I haven't been avoiding you on purpose. Papa has forbidden me to talk to you or to be any place where you are.
Why?
He thinks you're peculiar like the others.
So that's it.
Someone's been filling his head with stories about you.
Katrina, I'm in love with you. And I'm not going to be kept away from you.
Okay, the lady just called you peculiar, which, in 1820s speak, runs about the same speed as being called psychotic. Declaring your love for her is not gonna do you any favors.
Squire, sir, I don't know what you've heard about me, but whatever it is, I can assure you I'm not getting strange. I've seen what I saw.
Listen to Ichabod, Papa.
Oh, I'll listen. But first you get upstairs to bed. Go. And now, Mr. Schoolmaster Crane, let's go to the school, and we'll see who's seeing what or not.
Let me guess. They're about to make him look like an idiot because they straighten out the mess and they brought his owl, quote-unquote, back to life. Skip it! And after yet another lecture about how being married would actually help reduce psychosis, we start Act 7 by finally getting to a part of the story that I actually recognize. The part where all the townspeople gather for a party. But even the creative liberties of that scene are taken for granted. Remember the part in the original Irving story where kids try to make a fake headless horseman? No, because it's only done here in the movie.
Come on, let's have some fun. My mother's dress form. What are we gonna do with the dress form? We'll make us a headless horseman. Your pa'll kill you. I'll tell him you did it. My ma'll kill me. You tell her I did it.
And remember the part in the Irving version where a woman that we've just met an hour ago makes the moves on Brom Bones? No, because this too only happens in the movie.
Fact is, you're going to marry me. That's what you really want.
Thelma, if you get what you want, and you want what you get, is the getting as good as the wanting? Or is the wanting as bad as the getting?
And right now I want to get to wanting to get to Chicago, where I used to play for the Bears. Afterwards, the kids play the prank, people justifiably freak out, and then, some 73 minutes into the movie, we get back on task with the actual story. Goldblum continues to Goldblum his way into a potential relationship.
May I dare to hope that my presence has something to do with your feelings?
You may dare to hope what you wish, sir.
I hope to make you my bride.
What he doesn't tell you is how he's going to make you his bride.
I want you to go through. I want to teleport you as soon as possible, right now. I feel incredible. I hardly need to sleep anymore, and I feel wonderful. It's like a drug, but a perfectly pure and benign drug. The power I feel surging inside me. And I want to be able to wear you out. We'll be the perfect couple, the dynamic duo. Come on, right now.
Just then, the alive, dead, not undead, not a ghost of Ichabod's predecessor shows up. And Goldblum does his best to reenact comedy that won't be in style until 1 century later.
I'm gonna tear you apart.
You are tearing him apart, Butkus! Or at least, those are his intentions, because what's meant to be a serious fight scene devolves itself into...
Get your prize for the great pie fight!
1, 2, skip a few, and Goldblum gets his butt kissed. That sounded dirty, but at this point, I'm all but checked out of this one.
Good night.
Very uncouth.
Because that's what was missing from the Washington Irving version, the 1820s equivalent of Margaret Dumont going, well, I never, to the Marx Brothers.
I don't want to belong to any club that will accept me as a member.
In spite of what was clearly an accident, the town suddenly turns on Ichabod. Or at least 99% of them, because this looks like a job for...
What contrivance, woman?
Katrina's waiting for you around the corner of the house. You better hurry before Baltus comes back out. Yes, go on. Go.
Act 8 starts with something else that they actually get right in this version. The fact that Katrina waves Ichabod goodbye on account that not everybody is attracted to crazy people, and yet somehow she'll still leave the door open just in case he ever mellows out someday.
I promised myself to be on my best behavior, to be especially careful of everything I did, every move I made, and I was until I saw his face in the window.
No, Ichabod, not that again, no. Hasn't everybody told you? Poor Mr. Palmer died this past year.
Yeah, but why do I keep seeing him? You know, I wish I knew that.
I should go back inside before Papa misses me. It'll be the worst for the both of us if he should catch us here together.
I'll leave.
Goodbye. I'll take care, all right? Nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. Peace!
And although it was really more implied in the real story, the two of them share a kiss in this version. A kiss that all but makes...
Dick butt kiss.
Sore.
Miss Katrina Van Tassel, I have some words with you.
I got some words for you, Brom Bones. Go jump in the river.
Which I believe was the 1820s equivalent of go fuck yourself with a sharpened pencil. I assume. The fleeting moment is enough for Ichabod to wax poetically.
Away, away into the reaches of the velvet night, noble steed. Carry me to my poor bower where dreams of fair Katrina will for me castles and kingdoms make.
It's okay, but it's never going to be as poetic as this.
No, I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
Which brings us, finally, to the reason why we're all here in the first place. The reason why the story stands the test of time. The reason why, no matter what era the story is being told or how it's being adapted, it all ties in with who is truly the star of the show. The fabled Headless Horseman that's been haunting the town of Sleepy Hollow since time immemorial.
When the spooks have a midnight jamboree, they break it up with fiendish glee. Ghosts are bad, but the one that's cursed is the Headless Horseman. He's the worst. That's right, he's right on Halloween night.
They spend a good 80% of this movie building him up. If they can't stick the landing here, I don't know what to tell you. But first, some unfinished business with the linebacker and his water boy.
We're gonna run off Mr. Ichabod Crane tonight. Once and for all, Ichabod Crane's about to meet the Headless Horseman for the last time.
Are you gonna scare him off the cliff and push him in the river like you did old Palmer?
I'm gonna run that long-necked, skinny Yankee teacher critter so far out of this county, he won't never come back. Come on.
So, let's just plot our way into the inevitable as Goldblum does more primordial scat singing on the way home. Just then, we're continuously reminded of the embellishments the producers thought would be a good idea.
Palmer? Great heavenly days and nights, what are you doing here?
Oh, nothing much really, Squire. Just hanging about. Eh?
You're not helping! As our final act begins, Goldblum is wondering to himself if his life would have been better lived on Asgard.
Hello? Who's there? Giddy up, boy.
Anybody hear that? It's an impact tremor is what it is. I'm fairly alarmed here.
Come on, we gotta get out of here. Now, right now. Okay, let's go. Hey.
Must go faster.
Jump. Learn how to jump. Jump, come on! Jump! Please help me.
Shut up! Faster. Must go faster. Go.
Elvis has left the building!
Oh, thank you very much.
And if you know the story, then you must know that the story ends with the Headless Horseman either running Ichabod Crane out of town, chucking a flaming pumpkin towards him, or possibly worse. And for the most part, we do see an actual threat on Ichabod.
Except the movie goes somewhere completely different in the very last minutes.
Great jumping Jehoshaphat. It's really him.
Brom Bones, is that you?
Every man for himself, schoolmaster. It's the Headless Horseman.
No, that's not the thing they do differently.
This is...
Palmer, Mr. Palmer! Don't do anything foolish, Mr. Palmer!
Yes. The former teacher turned ghost turned not a ghost turned undead guy turned homeless guy turned
billboard for antidepressant medications for the next 2 centuries is not only our Headless Horseman, but he saves Ichabod Crane and tries to kill Brom Bones. What?
You're honestly telling us that after centuries of a classic story being told in a classic way,
you're just gonna flip the script on us like that? Are you fucked? No wonder this aired on NBC in 1980 when the network was languishing in 3rd place. I'm guessing the other networks and PBS laughed the producers out of the room after realizing that they fouled up a classic piece of literature this way. Just put it on NBC while Fred Silverman is in charge. At this point, they'll put on anything.
You're a fucking drag, you know that?
Oh, shut up, Goldblum, and literally do any other high-quality stuff over the next 4 decades.
So yes, the ending to this story is not Ichabod fleeing town or a possible fatality. In fact, as long as we're uprooting everything that made this story great, we might as well do a 180 on the conclusion as well. Butkus gets his comeuppance, and somehow that convinces him to hook up with plot convenience woman.
Wait till the squire hears about this.
Oh, I sure hope he doesn't find out about this. I surely do wish it.
Well, he's gone, huh? So is everybody else in Sleepy Hollow. You won't be able to show your big ugly face around here, believe me.
Now, Papa, let's not be too hasty. Maybe there's a way that nobody has to know about the trick that Brom's been playing.
I'll do anything.
You wouldn't want to be spreading rumors around about a new son-in-law, would you?
Well, here's another nice mess you've gotten me into.
And then, to completely divorce ourselves from any suspension of disbelief or experiencing, it turns out the homeless Headless Horseman ex-teacher
was not the Headless Horseman. And the real Headless Horseman was working independently this entire time.
Squire Van Tassel, I don't care what you think about me. Palmer's no ghost. He's a genuine, dyed-in-the-wool, certified lunatic, and he's galloping around here free as a bird.
I know, my boy, I know.
I don't care, Squire. This is important. He could be dangerous. Don't you understand?
Yes, my boy, I understand. And I'm sorry that I didn't believe you before.
Even if you never permit me to see Katrina again, if you send her away or if you force her to marry somebody else, I must insist that you listen to me. Palmer's not a ghost. He's a... What did you say, Squire?
Oh, and Ichabod hooks up with Katrina at the end because fuck literature.
I found Palmer hanging by his heels, upside down in the barn. They just took him away.
Papa doesn't think you're strange anymore, Ichabod. Do you, Papa?
I'm sorry, I was wrong. No, Palmer was real all the time.
Papa says you can court me, and we can become engaged. Isn't that wonderful, Ichabod?
Really?
Come inside. We'll have some chocolate and talk about a few things.
But really, Katrina, I ran Palmer past this house.
Oh, Ichabod.
But if the Squire found Palmer in your barn, and the first one was Brom Bones, then... Oh, no.
Ichabod.
Oh, well. All's well that ends well.
Holiest of holy fucks, this was insulting. It was insulting to a literary classic. It was insulting to its author. It was insulting to the actual faithful adaptations of the story that happened before and since 1980. And worst of all, it insulted my intelligence. Even under the most isolated of conditions, the story of Sleepy Hollow should be common knowledge to every man, woman, and child who has a functional brainstem. But this is not only severing that brainstem, but a full-on decapitation of an otherwise great story. So, where does 1980's Legend of Sleepy Hollow belong in the pumpkin patch of Telehell? Let's get up on our high horse and trot across a covered bridge into the 9 circles. Gia!
Limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, heresy, violence, fraud, treachery.
This should have been a seasonal slam dunk. NBC could have had a timeless, spooky tradition, the kind you play every October alongside It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. But instead, what they gave us was a half-baked retelling with few scares, fewer thrills, and no real reason to revisit it, except maybe to marvel at Jeff Goldblum's early attempt at stammering his way into America's hearts. Instead of tension, the whole experience was about as haunting as a Walgreens Halloween aisle. Not scary enough to haunt your dreams, not campy enough to become a cult classic, and certainly not faithful enough to make Washington Irving stop rolling in his grave like a turbine. Especially with meaningless plot twists that ultimately stray from the subject, and especially the ending, where they simply rewrite what's already been established lore for centuries. The ending to this alone should be enough to give it a 1-2 punch. Fraud for messing around with the story overall, and heresy for tacking on that ending for the sake of contrivance and convenience. Not to mention the entire notion of getting Ichabod to believe in ghosts on the condition that he winds up with a wife. Probably one of the stupider cases of lust I've ever witnessed down here. The story as written by Irving was perfectly fine on its own. Nothing needed to be changed. Of course, if you're an Irving purist who's extra annoyed that they would take such creative liberties with a timeless tale anyway, you are more than welcome to be pissed off as I am over what they did to the story, and we cordially welcome your wrath. What's worse, considering how short the original story was in the first place, the TV movie falls into the same trap that most TV movies based on book adaptations fall into. They pad things out so unnecessarily that we wind up with a gluttonous amount of story to tell in 2 hours when it could have easily have been told in 25% of the time. And yet, in spite of all the unnecessary additions they put into the story, they still somehow managed to cross the finish line. Right down to the chase between Ichabod, Brom Bones, the Headless Horseman, the homeless guy, and let's just throw in the Easter Bunny too while we're at it, and just... this had to have passed for violence in a sleepy town in the 19th century. But aside from that, this is supposed to be one of the scariest legends in American folklore. In NBC's hands, it becomes less terror in the hollow and more awkward hayride through suburbia. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow earns 6 out of 9 circles of Telehell. This Halloween, if you want real terror, skip Jeff Goldblum's Ichabod and head straight for the Disney cartoon, or the Tim Burton Gothic Gore Fest, or literally anything else. Hell, I'll even take the crime drama on Fox. Because this TV movie, it's less Headless Horseman and more Head Scratcher. Because damn it, I want to end on a joke, even though this movie was enough of a joke as it was. And so concludes TELEHELL-O-WEEN. I'm just glad that this is the last holiday that we have to deal with this season.
Are you absolutely sure you're not going to do a Christmas show this season?
Look, Santa, it's nothing personal. We just don't have anything on the docket for December. Our season started in January, and we've got 3 more subjects to go. It's just not in the cards this year. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Did you say you had 3 shows remaining?
Yeah, why?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, shit.
Yes, and a lot of it. Just be glad the boss isn't here, or he'd do far worse than give you a lump of coal. Run along now and do your duty. Pun fully intended in this case.
a doomed soul's work is never done, no matter how much I want it to be.
With a hip, hip, and a clippity-clop, he's out looking for a head to swap. So don't try to figure out a plan. You can't reason with a headless man. Man, I'm getting out of here.
Next time on Telehell, looks like we got some unfinished business to do elsewhere.
Premiering Friday, September 20th.
Just gonna mosey on down to my apartment and get some man food.
Man food? Anything you can eat with your hands that looks good on your shirt.
Scott Baio stars with Mary Page Keller in the all-new Baby Talk.
Man puts me away.
Premiering September 20th.
Until then,
if it's not in Telehell, it's not worth a damn.
This week on But I Digress, as long as we're broaching the subject of various Halloween-related ephemera, what better time to revisit the time when at least 2 of our past Halloween efforts, plus 1 wild card, as a part of a special October mini-binge. Available now for as little as $3 a month and higher, exclusively on our Patreon at Telehell Podcast. And now, here are the rest of the credits.
Telehell was written, produced, edited, and narrated by me, Justin Hart. All clips used in this program are protected under the Fair Use Doctrine of the U.S. Copyright Act of 1976, and all clips used come courtesy of their respective companies and owners. Some of the music used in this program comes courtesy of YouTube and their audio library service. Telehell is a production of Horton Road and is distributed by Libsyn.
Okay, look. We've been on for practically an eternity now. You should know by now where to hear us, but just in case you need a reminder, one more time, here's where to find us. We're on Facebook. We're on whatever Elon Musk calls his page these days. We're on Blue Sky, all at Telehell Podcast. We are on every single podcast streamer you can think of, also at Telehell Podcast. And yes, we even have a Patreon, also at Telehell Podcast. Find us there, like us, comment, rate, subscribe, love us forever, or don't. At this point, I don't care.
Another great show from Horton Road.